Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a book that's slightly different to the books that I normally review on this channel. As you guys know, I normally review like adult fiction books, and yeah, this is something a little bit different, but it's quite a good and interesting book to pick up, so I thought I would go ahead and give it a review. So the book I'm going to be reviewing is a day-by-day pregnancy book. Now, I think this is a new one that's just come out because I've seen it in quite a few shops already. My mum actually picked this up for me, and I think it was about £12, something like that, from Tesco. But I've seen it, in supermarkets and in bookshops and this and that, and it's actually really interesting. This book, I would say, obviously great if you're pregnant and you want to read up on pregnancy. I myself am currently 10 weeks pregnant, but also this would be a good book for even if you're just trying to have a child, or you're thinking about it with your partner and you want to know just some helpful tips or things to know beforehand, because this book, it really starts from basically right from the very beginning, right from trying to get pregnant to conception, and then it goes week by week or day by day basically throughout your pregnancy, and what things you may experience and what to expect, and it gives you a lot of helpful advice. So yeah, it's quite a big hefty book. I got this when I was already pregnant. I think I was already maybe like 5-6 weeks pregnant when my mum got this for me. And yeah, it is a mammoth book. It's got tons and tons of information, and like I said, it starts from the very beginning, gives you tips on how to get pregnant, just on advice and like general health advice, and different things you should be doing, and it's really helpful. This is like, for example, here it says this is day 1 of your menstrual cycle, so it goes through all of that kind of stuff and lets you know about ovulation and all that kind of thing, which, to be honest, when I was trying to get pregnant, I didn't really know that much about it, so this would have been probably quite helpful to have beforehand, but it doesn't matter now anyway. So yeah, I'm currently, as I said, on week 10, and like I said, it does go exactly day by day. So right now, so you have here, you are week 9 and 6 days, and then you are 10 weeks exactly. And it kind of gives you like pictures and like diagrams of what's going on inside your body, how you might be feeling. It gives you advice on loads of different stuff, like how to go about with your doctors and what you should expect from a midwife. Just pretty much any questions you might have, this book has it. It also has things like your dietary needs, like what you can and can't eat, because that's a really confusing thing about pregnancy. Everyone's telling you all these different things. Oh, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, and basically like every mealtime I ended up googling what I can and cannot eat, like stupid stuff like, can I eat bananas, or is it okay to eat cheesecake? Because you can't eat certain cheeses while you're pregnant. And with fish as well, what kind of fish you can and can't eat and why. So it is really really a very helpful book, and it's very interesting. The only thing I would say is it's quite funny, because when I got this book, when my mum gave me this book, she was like, oh, I'm going to give this as like a week by week thing, but she was like, oh, don't skip to the end to all the scary stuff. And me being me, I skipped right to the end, all to like the really stuff that just freaks you out about labour. And as I was like kind of reading stuff about complications that may happen, and what to expect, and about birth plans and all this other kind of stuff, and at first, like I said, I was kind of freaked out a little bit, but then the more you read, it kind of puts your mind at rest, especially if it kind of things you haven't even thought about during pregnancy, and it's actually quite good to know. And I'm really glad I got this book, and I would highly recommend it if you are pregnant, just to do the whole week by week thing, because I know you can get apps on your phone. I actually do have a pregnancy app on my phone as well. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's just called Pregnancy. It's just like the first one you go on when you go into the Play Store, and that's helpful. You know, it tells you like this, what size your baby is at the minute, like you know, your baby is the size of a grape and your uterus is the size of an orange and all this kind of stuff. But to have a book like this, it's definitely worth getting, because like I said, it pretty much just gives you everything you could, all the questions you would ever want answered are answered in this book. And it is extremely helpful, even if you have, you know, people in your life like your mum and like other friends who've been pregnant, you know, and everyone's telling you all this different stuff, but at the end of the day, every pregnancy is different. Nobody feels exactly the same during their pregnancy. You know, you won't feel exactly the same during your pregnancy as, you know, a friend might be. So it's nice to have a book that can kind of just give you all the facts and lets you know what's going on inside your body. Like I said, what's going on with the baby. It also gives you, like, it will show you scans and stuff. It tells you what exercises are good to do to strengthen your muscles, what's safe to do. It gives you information about, you know, your first scans and what to look out for, the possible, you know, what happens if you're told that your baby is going to be born with a certain condition such as Down syndrome or spinal bifida, and what you would notice in the scans if that was an issue or that was going to come up, and you know what to look out for a healthy baby. And it's just really great, just basically, like I said, anything you could ever think of, any questions you have. It even goes into like after you've had the baby, and you know, like first outings, daycare, all this kind of things. It's really, really factual, really great. This is 1 week and 3 days after, you know, going home, settling in, the first 12 hours, like how to like wash your baby, even stuff like premature birth. It will go into that and give you details, and also has information about twins, which I was kind of interested in, because obviously I haven't had my first scan yet. I'm still waiting to be booked in for that. But twins are one of my family, so yeah. My husband thinks it may be twins as well, so it'll be kind of interesting to see whether it is or it isn't. If it is, then I'll be reading everything about twins in this book. But yeah, it's just well worth getting. I just think this is a bestseller, new edition, and yeah, so day by day pregnancy book. Well worth getting if you are pregnant or are planning on getting pregnant. I think this is great to have, lots and lots of great useful information. So that's pretty much all I have to say. If you have any questions, then please leave them down below, and I hope someone sees this review and finds it interesting, especially if you are pregnant. Go and pick up this book, it's great. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So as usual, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye guys.